You are now tuned to BS3 Network.
All right. Welcome back to another episode of the Fourcast. It's a two-cast as of right now, but we, there he is. What's going on, A-Trap? Are you listening to some smooth KBLX or something back there in the background?
Oh, yeah. I actually lost track of time. I got this alarm set, and then when the alarm went off, I was like, yeah, I got 15 minutes.
Bring back that beat, DJ. Bring it back. What's up, fellas? How y'all doing? Didn't nobody come to see you, OJ? What's up, Mayhem?
What's going on? How you doing?
Behaving, man. Let's get this shit right. Let's get this shit right. Let's get this shit right.
It's been a minute. It's been years.
Let's get this shit right.
Years is in plural since the Fourcast been back.
In the building.
Oh yes.
What's up, fellas? Shit.
What's going on?
We're back.
I've been behaving a little bit.
Have you? Well, that shit is over.
I didn't want to run off the people.
It is over.
He been on his best behavior.
Yeah. All right. Well, now that the contract negotiations are over, they were pretty, shit. George Pickens, David Mulugeta is my agent as well.
Hey, we got that deal worked out.
We got that shit worked out, hammered out finally. I was prepared to sit out another season.
Sit out another year.
Man, I ain't coming back, man. Y'all ain't got my contract right.
Yeah. But I'm back in the building. Fellas.
The verbiage is wrong.
Right.
All right. Welcome back to another episode of the Fourcast. The Fourcast is officially back. All four of us. The Fourcast with four
I see
people.
that A-Trap done clean.
Amazing.
I see A-Trap done clean them theater seats off. They shining and shit back there. Get some of that extra juice off of them. Matter of fact, Wilkes, there's a show you need to watch on HBO called The Deuce. If you're not on it already.
I'm not on it. Yeah, I need to watch
it down, sir.
Deuce.
And soundtrack is amazing, by the way.
I need to watch that. The Deuce. Why does it sound familiar? But I don't know.
That's rated. That's rated double R. Shit, that ain't for you. The faint at heart.
I got it.
Call it boo boo for nothing.
Yeah, I bet. Especially on HBO. They know slackers.
Yeah.
They know slackers.
All right, so tonight's review is Jerry West, the logo. It's on Amazon. I would highly suggest you go check it out. It's one of those documentaries that really break down him. They didn't really talk a lot about the logo per se, but it really dived into his life, where he came from, what he became, what he ended up doing in the NBA. So let's get into some initial thoughts, like we always do at the beginning of every episode. We'll go to King Doc, who's back.
All right, so I perform a regular role. You know, this was one of the sticking points in the contract is the fact that I delivered a plot. So I got to be the highest paid of the Jackson. Shit, I'm Michael, motherfucker. All right, so Jerry West, the logo, available on Prime Video. Jerry West. The logo is a documentary that explores the life of NBA legend Jerry West, focusing on his struggles with depression, perfectionism, and family life alongside his legendary career as a player and executive, featuring interviews with basketball icons like Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Steph Curry, Shaq, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Kevin Durant, and Pat Riley. It is directed by Kenya Burris. Kenya, that is a guy's name, and you may know him from Blackish. And this is his first documentary. And this documentary uses West's final interviews to provide a candid look at the man behind the NBA's iconic silhouette, examining the cost of his relentless pursuit of greatness. Again, Kenya Burris, he also did Blackish, which I never took in that show, but I heard it was amazing. High critical acclaim there. He is a dude. And so again, like I said, this takes a deep dive into West's personal struggles. Again, we mentioned depression, a very difficult, wild childhood, man. Very complicated family life as a child and as an adult, but he has been very successful.
Yes, yeah. And side note, Blackish, he did a Grownish, he did like
that's right,
yeah, 2 or 3 different things, and this was his first documentary. Which they mentioned that in the film.
Yeah.
So,
which is
shout out to him.
Considering after watching it, for that to be his first one, impressive.
Yeah, I mean, a filmmaker is a filmmaker, so
yeah.
I think he got it.
I mean, think about what we, have said about documentaries over the history of the Fourcast and, how difficult they can be. I mean, think about it, man. It's a documentary. That's a hell of a lot. You starting 2 steps behind when you were making a documentary for half the viewers out there because it's so difficult to make it entertaining. Because it's just that we're just documenting something. It doesn't matter if you're a fan of the NBA or not. You'd love it.
Oh
yeah. What's up, Chief Rocket? Chief Rocket ain't been back.
Oh, really?
You've been on.
That's what it was.
What's up, Chief?
That's what it was.
What's up? All right. Initial thoughts, A-Trap?
Point Blank Period is the best sports documentary I've ever seen in my life.
Wow.
It leave you no stone unturned. It was a situation to whereas you got to know who he is, what he was, what led him to it, and the trials and tribulations. And it shows it was an Easter egg in this. If you knew about the story, it shows you the type of class. When we get to that portion of the conversation, I'll let you know the Easter egg, but it shows the class that he had, even in his death. And even I guess he was working with them, I'm assuming, as he was doing this, he showed the class that he had in this. And I'll talk about that when we get to that.
Yeah, and that's a hell of a comment right there to say the best one ever.
Yeah,
and I'm trying to think, how many great documentaries. 30 for 30s was pretty good. The Last Dance I probably would put up there.
Yeah,
as probably 1. This would get I think a 2, but.
Yeah,
it was just well done.
I got a comment about some of the documentaries we've done in the history of the show, and I'll bring that in later as it relates to H-Rap's comment. And I think H-Rap has a probably out of all 4 of us, I think he has the best handle on documentaries as a whole. He brings a lot of them to us, so I really do. So for him to say that to me is more powerful than if I said it or Wilk said it or Trey said it. It's strong, for him to say that.
Yeah. Wilkes.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was done well. There were some things I didn't know at all. Something I just kind of heard just through the years. But I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty nice. It was done very well. I mean, I would even rewatch it just in case if I missed anything.
Yeah.
But, because sometimes, like I said, you watch things the first time, you're watching it fast, you're trying to get information, you're trying to collect it. But yeah, it was done real well. I enjoyed it. I thought it was nice.
and it has some really nice touches to it. You know, with the writing, kind of like a marker, kind of explaining some things. And I mean, you could tell. I think you could tell this was his first because it didn't look like anything else we've ever seen.
That's right. That's
it
right.
was just true to him and what he wanted to show. And yeah, Jerry West was involved before he passed. So I mean, this has been, I guess you could say, maybe 3 years in the making because he passed in 2024.
Yeah. No, they did say that this was, in fact, some sites you went to actually calls it a 2024 documentary, but what they were trying to say is that that's when it was created, that it wasn't released until 2026, you know. But being your comment is spot on about the writing, man. That struck me right away, how innovative that was. I had never seen that in a documentary style, to where as he's narrating, you can see the pen writing out his thoughts on it, you know. And I thought that was next level, you know. And for this to be your first documentary and to not do it like anybody else's, it would be a natural tendency to do that, you know. Right. And I don't doubt that he didn't do his research and did watch some documentaries, you know, and whatnot, and you know, just naturally came up with something different.
Yeah, and it showed throughout the entire documentary. You could just see with the way people were being interviewed, and then the kind of the angles, kind of how the camera was set. I mean, it was great. So Jerry West, 8-time in the finals. He won 1 championship, which I thought he won more. To be honest, I thought he won more. But growing up in West Virginia, Chilean, West Virginia is where he grew up. And Doc, you kind of talked about the beginnings of his life and just how it was rough. Like he was fighting in his own home, you know, to just live.
Survive, but don't gloss over your comment, because it's spot on again when you talk about he only won 1 title. He made it to 8 finals, won 1 title. When I told my dad that yesterday at Mother's Day dinner, he was like, he only won 1 championship. I said 1. He said, you got to be kidding me, you know. And you know, this is an older guy, obviously, so he was there when it was all going down. So for him not to even realize that he didn't win but 1 is significant, you know. But yeah, as a kid, not only is he having to watch his dad be abusive and stuff like that, and after his older brother died in the Korean War, that's the right war, right? The Korean War, if I remember correctly. And they literally had the body sent back to their house, and we got the casket sitting right next to the Christmas tree in the living room.
Man.
Yeah, I couldn't go to sleep that night after watching the documentary, let alone being a young kid in the house with a casket. So, you know, between that and his dad, again, a very abusive father, and he, at a young age, stepping up to his dad after one event. I can't remember what he had did. I think he had said something to...
I think he hit his mom, right? Did he say he hit his mom with the handle of the
hammer? Handle of the hammer. So he was probably holding the metal end with the other, or the iron end, should I say? Yeah, there you go. That's what she said.
I was thinking that too. I ain't gonna lie. Hey, that's the biggest joke on The Office. You ever watched The Office?
Yeah, it's recurring.
That's the biggest joke on it.
But yeah, so he said he credited that with one of the boosts of his confidence as a human being was standing up to his dad, because he's like, I meant it. He said, if you do that again, there's going to be problems. And he meant that, which meant, he said, I'm finna do anything in my power, which I might not have much power, but I'm willing to risk it all if you do that shit again.
Yeah. It's gonna be some furniture moving around. It's gonna be some caskets moving around.
Yeah, exactly.
But A-Trap, man, talk about the Jerry West, the upbringing, and a lot of athletes. I'm not gonna say most, but a lot of athletes, they go through hell in their childhood and it's like a perseverance that they just have in them.
Well, you know what? This is an American story. See, when you know the Jerry West story, like Dog mentioned. I really like documentaries. I like learning about people, places, and things because it helps me shape how I see the world. If you think about Jerry West, everybody who's watched this program before, they know I'm an avid comic fan, comedy fan.
Mm-hmm.
This is the same story that Richard Pryor told. He said his father jumped up one day, slapped his mama. He got into it with his father. This is the same story Keenan Ivory Wayans tells when Marlon Wayans wanted to go to an art school. And his father's like, "You a faggot if you go to that school." Next thing you know, Keenan Ivory said, "No, you're going to let him go to that school. You're going to let him go to college. And that's what's it." And that was it. Everybody know, when you look at these people, you have to understand that we have to stop looking at not you guys per se, but the world has to stop looking at these people in 2026 in a 2026 purview and look at it as the struggle of a man in the world, working class or lower, or below the poverty line. They get their asses handed to them every single solitary day. And what do? We internalize these things and we take them out. Hurt people. We take it out on our loved ones. And all these tales, Keenan Ivory Wayans and his brothers become multimillionaires, megastars. Richard Pryor becomes arguably the greatest comedian of all time. Jerry West is arguably one of the greatest basketball players of all time. And the thing is, we have been programmed by social media and ESPN to the point when we say only one championship. Artis Gilmore has only none. We can go through stars only none. The Hall of Fame is about 75% none. We have to say he only has one. He went up against arguably the greatest collective in the history of the game with those 60s, end of the 50s and 60s Celtics. So it's kind of hard to beat Bill Russell, Havlicek, Sam Jones, Casey Jones, and so forth and so on. So yeah, to get one is a treat.
It's a treat. I agree.
Get one is a treat. Dr. J.
Yeah, because when you think of some of the greats, and to me, this made me think of the Jordan era. You could arguably say the LeBron era, because all those teams that came up against Jordan during that time. What was it? It was the Trailblazers one year. It was the Utah Jazz another year. Hell, you think of Reggie Miller. If Reggie Miller never had to face the Bulls, he probably would have been to multiple finals. You think of Charles Barkley with the Suns. I mean, there was so many teams. So
Patrick
this was Jerry. He had to face the greatest dynasty in sports. Like no team has won that many championships.
Yeah.
So to say one, I agree with you. One is it's an accomplishment.
That's the way our mind has been shaped in the last 30 years. You have to win multiple. And just think about this. You go back 70 years, you had to win 5. You have to win 13. You got a team that won from the end of the 50s to the beginning of the 70s.
Mm. Yeah. And then people say, "Oh, well, they was just playing against plumbers and roofers and all that." Come on, but they were the best at that time. If you was a bum, you wasn't playing in the NBA. I don't. Yeah. It was the best at that time. They went to college. It wasn't like they were just walked off the street and was like, "I'm gonna pick up a basketball today."
Yeah. And just to prove that, Ben, to prove that the average center that was facing Wilt Chamberlain was 6'11". That's average. Yeah. The year that he averaged 50 points a season, the Knicks center averaged 32 against Wilt. So it's not, and he was 6'11". It's not like they were. It's always we've gotten to a point in society. In order to celebrate Ben, I must tear down Dawk. To celebrate Wilkes, I must tear down Rap. No, we can all be great. It's not a bar chart. It's everybody gets. You know what? Whether you're the king of, if you're the ace of spades, you're the ace of clubs, the ace of hearts, you're an ace. You're an ace.
Right.
And I think Wilkes, I'm coming to you. I think one of the best things about his documentary was the music, man. You had Jay-Z, You Don't Know, playing while he going to the hole and shooting his jumper. I'm like, that's the King and Burris. That's the touch right there.
Yeah, that's what I was saying about sports and hip hop. It's like it's always kind of married there together, and not even just hip hop. I mean, you can go back. We've watched documentaries. They playing soul music. I mean, they playing James Brown in the background. You playing what is it? The 5 stair steps or whatever. I can't think of the name, but it's like it's one of those things where it's just like the music is always going to be that grounding point, that lightning rod for some of these documentaries. I mean, it could be hell. We could be watching something about the Wild Wild West. And there's going to be some country. There's going to be a country song in there we know or heard or somebody popular. I mean, music is always just going to be that. I enjoyed that. That was one thing that I noticed when I watched this. I was like, man, the music is nice. I was like,
what a soundtrack at? Did somebody check out the soundtrack?
Exactly.
My note said a soundtrack that only Wilkes and I can love. Is what I put on there.
Yeah, man, I was like, man.
Well, you heard the Jay-Z, A-Trap. I know you heard that.
He's like, yeah.
Jay, come on, man.
I didn't hear one song. I don't be listening to the dialogue.
It was like it was solitary to that moment. It wasn't nothing else. But you don't know, and then they played
just as profound as A-Trap's documentary prowess. It is noted. It is prevalent. He does not hear music. Remember, how many has it been? One movie in the whole time we've been doing this? He said,
I don't even remember it.
I heard the music.
Yeah, hey man, you know what? Be so caught up in the dialogue and the story that the music. Like if I watched it again, I'd be like, I doubt it if I ain't gonna lie to you.
To a certain extent, the way he watches movies is probably the best way because he's probably getting more out of it. You know, that's probably why some of his points are so. I mean, how many times have we been like, God, dog, I didn't even think about that, or God, dog, what a tie-in or whatever. It's because he's really absorbed into the story. You know, where, you know, hey, maybe the whole reason why soundtracks were put in the movies is to grab a whole nother type of audience into it to get enjoyment out of it that may not get enjoyment out of the story. It puts them in a place and it makes them feel a certain way about the movie that the story didn't make them feel, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I feel that same way. I mean, it's one of those things, I guess, for me, like, especially with sports, and you get into that early 2000 era of the NBA and late 90s, it's just like, you know, it's like there's going to be some hip hop tracks, or there's going to be something, you know, the style of clothes, whatever it is, the TV show that was on, or the hottest movie. But it all kind of ties together. And I was like, I don't expect this soundtrack to be any less, but then it held up.
Well, Simple Minds is not only a band, it is describing me and Wilkes. We're the Simple Minds that we don't notice that shit.
Yeah.
They got me. They jamming, you know. Shit, attention to the movie.
Yeah, exactly. I'm ready. I want to hear the tracks, man.
Yeah. Hey, when we was playing
songs, by the way, if you don't already know, Simple Minds got some.
Hey, and that's why to this day, hopefully I got this right.
To this day,
big dummy.
Wow. See what I'm saying?
To this day.
See what I'm saying?
To this day.
To this day.
I'm always saying that any podcast I'm on, we're going to pull back the curtains. He has a machine that has the ability to label his shit. And he's still hitting the wrong day.
I ain't did it. It's like the music with A-Trap. I have every opportunity to do it, but I don't do it. But anyway, that's why I still on the practice field doing football. What they doing? They playing music.
Yeah,
they practicing that in basketball. They listening to me. I don't know what they do in baseball.
And some coaches will have it blaring intentionally to try to get his team ready for possible distractions during the game. He's like,
to get them in the zone.
You can practice in this shit. You know, there ain't nothing that happened during the game going to distract you mentally, you know.
Right. So he goes to high school, wins the state championship, no surprise there. Then he goes to the Olympics. So this was during the era when you weren't necessarily in the NBA going to the Olympics. I'm sure there were some, but it was more so like an amateur. It was more of the amateur game than it was the pros teaming up together. Now, gradually it became that type of thing. But
let's just, for the record, let's just don't, he said he won a state championship. This ain't Duncanville winning no state championship. This ain't SOC. This ain't a state championship in Texas. This is West Virginia. So he won a state championship against the school for the blind. There wasn't he hadn't reached his full potential yet.
Hey, that sounds like my high school. Man, we was playing against the deaf. I'm serious. We was playing against the deaf. We was playing against
Elizabeth Township.
St. Elizabeth was one of the teams.
You gotta change the name.
I ain't even lying. Man. We was in probably one of the worst divisions. But anyway, we did our thing. One person made it out. Hey, real quick, shout out to my guy Robert Hubbard. He actually played at Nevada with
say no more. I think
the dude from the 49ers, Kaepernick. Played on the same team with Kaepernick.
I think this shit speaks for itself. The fact that you're struggling.
When you said Nevada, I was thinking Kaepernick.
That's the only one. We don't know nobody else.
You don't know anybody.
In a situation like that, let the Joker twist. You do not show no life raft at all.
Everybody just like.
I thought you was, when you said that, we were talking basketball. When you said Nevada, I said Kaepernick, but I was
don't know anybody else from Nevada.
Right.
Hey,
sorry, Charlie.
We let him figure it out. You good. All right, so ends up going to the Lakers. Now, and I think, to A-Trop's point, they had a dynasty. To be able to go that long of a time, I think we frame dynasties, to your point again, A-Trap, as people that have won championships. But for you to go to that many finals, I mean, again, constantly, and him losing him, I don't know if I've seen a guy, he just looked wore down every single time. And it kind of made me think of the Buffalo Bills. What was that, 4 in a row?
Yeah, 4 in a row.
Yeah. And they did win.
In a row and lost 4 in a row. Yeah.
So when you talk, I'm coming here because when you talk about Lakers dynasties, Jerry West to me doesn't get mentioned enough. It almost starts with the Showtime and forward. They don't mention Jerry West often.
Right.
Yeah. But they don't understand that he was the executive, in other words, the general manager who put together the Showtime Lakers, the Kobe Bryant Lakers, the Steph Curry Golden State Warriors, the LA Clippers that featured what's his
CP3,
Kawhi Leonard and company,
Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, and that crew.
There you go. There you go. But just think about that. If you just don't say nothing but the Magic Showtime Lakers, the Kobe Shaq Lakers, and the Golden State Steph Curry led Golden State Warriors. If you say nothing but that, man, as an executive, that's like goes down as arguably greatest GM in not only NBA history, but maybe sports history. And he was doing something at the time that Kobe came out. He was the GM that was actually going to the gyms to watch these kids. He watched Kobe in high school. He wasn't tapped on the shoulder by some scout and said, hey, we got this cat, or whatever. Yeah. He's actually there at high school watching them. That's how sick he was in terms of his pursuit of greatness as a GM.
Right. He, at all costs, he wanted to win. And it didn't, and it wasn't I don't think it was a more so malicious way, but like Jordan, I'm at all costs, I'm gonna win. If I gotta punch my teammate in the face during practice to win, I'm gonna have to do that.
No, that's.
If I don't have to push my players beyond what they think they can do,
right.
Man. Remember, Jordan made the comment once he did that. I think it was Steve Kerr. He was like, "Now you're ready.
Yeah,
now I can trust you." In a game situation or whatever. But let's not miss out on the fact either about the times that this was. For him to come up in West Virginia during the Korean War,
right?
And him not, did you see a racist bone in his body?
Didn't exist.
Folks, guess what? Some folks you can see when they faking it. Let's be real, man. You know, some folks you can see, man. You can tell that dude got something. Hell, I'm a Cowboy fan, man. And Jerry Jones I'm ride or die with the dude. But somewhere inside, you can see, even though he's as great as he was with Michael Irvin and Dez Bryant and obviously, you know, the Emmitt Smiths and all those of the world, you know, and a Cowboy fan could argue, man, he's not a racist. Look at how he treats those guys. Somewhere you can still see in somebody who would try to make that argument, yeah, you got a point, right. Not stupid, right? But Jerry West coming up when he did, man, and did not play against any black folks until he got to college. And that was limited, and still not have he's like, he looking at him like, what the hell's the problem?
Yeah, you know? let's win.
Yeah.
Do what we got to do to win, and and I think that's that's a major thing. Uh-oh. Am I seeing a ghost?
There comes that man again.
Mama, there go that man. Hey, that was a Mark Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish they would have mentioned him in it because Mark Jackson was
got it from the black domino table somewhere. I promise you, his uncle's name was saying it somewhere. They traveled it back in the 80s. Here come that man again. We should be saying that at the domino table. Yeah. With 12,
Don't go over starting a mess.
But Mark Jackson was the coach during that time. You know, when you talk about the early beginnings of Golden State,
that's right.
It wasn't Steve Kerr, but
right.
You know, Steve Kerr came in.
Yeah. And he's having to pull those strings too. You know, think about it. It's not like Golden State wasn't successful at all when Mark Jackson was there. They were competitive.
Oh yeah.
Well, actually, Mark Jackson, his faith got him fired. The owners of the Golden State Warriors are part of the Rainbow Crew.
Oh,
Mark Jackson made some disparaging remarks about that culture.
Got you.
His faith. And that's what had him banished from the league.
What's going on, Keisha?
Keisha, ain't nobody come to see you, Otis. So you had it right, shit.
That's good.
I didn't know that, Adrian.
Yeah, that's what it was. I would also, you know what? Again, it shows you the parallel and poor. Larry Bird's the same way. When you don't see any, Larry Bird might be a jerk. He might be an a-hole, but I don't think he a bigot. You know, Larry Bird speaks candidly about when he was back in First Lick, he would go to the side of town where the brothers was at.
Indiana,
when he would run up and down the court, he literally would run past coaches like, hey man, you got a white dude on me?
Yeah.
It's when you're a competitor, that's where the word meritocracy comes from, sports. Because if you're good, you're gonna play.
What's up?
Right.
What's up?
Period.
Yeah.
And that's that's the cloth West was cut from. So, you know, I ain't got time. Look, I got hate in my house. I ain't got time to be hating nobody.
See what I'm saying? That's why you don't listen to the damn soundtrack, Will. You'll get like that.
Caught up listening to that music, man.
Message.
All right, so going from West Virginia to LA, I mean, you talk about a culture shock. You talking about what's going on?
Yeah,
but he was able to adapt. Seemed like pretty quickly, and they didn't go into too many details, but
well, remember again, who did he say he hung out with in LA? He said, see, that's another thing for the people who are actually racist or bigots, to use a term A-Trap used. They don't know much about us. Jerry West actually migrated to the brothers, and he's like, I'm hanging with them. I'm playing with them. I'm listening to them. I wanted to get to understand them. And he said, and it was them who gave me my confidence. It was a brother that whispered in my ear, hey, you got to do you this, you that. He said, it's because they whispered in my ear who I was that made me great.
Yeah.
You know?
There were points in the documentary where we talking about, man, that Jerry West, man, he a cold man.
Yeah.
They were talking about it. They falling on the court talking about it, man. It was
I think what was that Magic said? I thought he was from the hood.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
He was from a hood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real. So I think one of the biggest things that
But they
stood out
were
to me,
hoods.
right? Yeah, I think one of the biggest things that stood out to me was learning how to lose. And the biggest thing that stood out, I want everybody to touch on this. My mom used to say this all the time.
Language or some shit, H-Ron? What you doing?
What you say?
You speaking sign language or some shit that I don't know about? I mean, I'm like, what the hell?
No, relax.
I didn't know if I've been gone a while. I didn't know if K-Rap situation was back. I didn't know what had happened, man.
Nah, not based on them comments in the chat.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, my mom used to always say, you know, you win some, you lose some. This kind of comment stood out to me, but he was one of those people that internalized that losing, but that also pushed him to want to be great, to go to the next thing. When you think about Lakers, that was a great position for him to be in. Yeah. I mean, you're gonna have the cream of the crop pretty much. It's your voice, it's the Lakers and all that. But he said, no, I want to do something different. Ends up going to Memphis. Of all places, Memphis, did his thing there, and then Warriors, and then we can go throughout it. But talk about that, A-Trap. You win some, you lose some. How do you deal with losing?
I'm gonna take your comment backward. I'm gonna start with him moving around. This is the part I was talking about at the top of the show. This shows the class of Jerry West. Jerry West was forced out of the Lakers because Phil Jackson wanted more power, and Kenyon Burris literally highlighted him. Say he did that with purpose. Salute to him. He said, "I'll do nothing to hurt the Lakers." So he's never spoken about Phil Jackson forcing him out. And then when you see later on in the program, you hear Pat Riley say, think about it. Jerry West openly said, "I want to retire. I'm out. I don't want to do it no more. I'm out. I'm going to retire." Yeah. And then Pat Riley said they should have never let him go. That's a shot at Phil Jackson, man.
Right.
Yeah. That's a shot at Phil Jackson. And in regards to losing in sports, I've been there, man. I've lost. I used to do laps all the time because when we lost, I wasn't shaking nobody's hand, man. I ain't trying to shake your hand. Congratulations. Hell no, man. I could have been kicking it. I could have been kicking it. My hamstring hurt right now. My ankle hurt. To this day, I got floating. If I walk around my house with my shoes, I sound like I'm walking around in a bag of chips.
Right.
No, I ain't trying to hear that. That winning and losing, but then when you get older, you realize sports is set up to lose, man.
You said that too.
Oh, yeah.
It's only one winner every year. You losing. Baseball, if you are successful 28% of the time, you the man.
That's right. Yeah.
So man, I'm with Jerry West. Man, bruh, if I sit down too long, put like this, if I move around all day, I ain't got to pee. When I lay down, I got to pee. I'm used to moving around, man. And so man, it's a lot of pain that goes in there. I got a bad back. I got bad knees. I know when it's gonna rain because the bone that my big small toe is connected with on my foot, on my right foot, it throbs when it's gonna rain. So I'm with Jerry West. It is hell. It is way less fun to win than the anguish you get when you lose because you sit around and you. That's why I told people years ago, it's harder to lose in a high school setting than it is in the NBA setting. I don't know about y'all. Y'all ain't never seen Michael Irvin. Y'all ain't never seen Mark Aguirre or Dirk Lewinsky when they lost. But Lil Greg, that missed that free throw, and he gonna be in chemistry class Monday.
Right. He can't run away.
Yeah.
He can't go home.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man, losing sucks. It sucks way more than winning, but it feels good. Because when I used to hit the court or the field, I thought I was gonna win. Like we lost. And then you gotta trick yourself into foolishness like this. We ain't lose, we ran out of time.
Yeah. Right.
It's a gamble, man.
Yeah, how they Monday morning quarterback in Dallas when they always like, well, it was a good loss.
Yeah.
I think it's a good loss.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good loss if they lose.
Some takeaways.
Right.
Just takeaways from that loss.
Yeah.
To illustrate how difficult it was for him to lose, he's one of the only people in all of sports to get an MVP during a finals as a member of the losing team. You know, like that just doesn't happen. You know, that tells you how much better he was than anybody on the court during that particular series. And he was like saying he was sick throughout all of that, getting
I don't want this
for it, getting a car for it, you know, which was a damn green car because they figured it was going to be a Celtics that got it, a Celtics player that got it. Yeah. You know, you can tell he's like, I don't even want none of this, man. You know, he looked like he just dropped the microphone on the floor and walked off after that damn press conference to present him with that award and stuff like that. He's like, I don't care nothing about this, man. We lost.
Right.
Yeah. And when you think of the rivalry, the Lakers and Celtics has been going on for way before I was born.
Yeah.
Like he hated them. It wasn't like with him, you know, we cool, we can dap it up. He hated anything. He didn't even wear green.
Yeah. Yeah, and for him, I mean, think about the comment he made when he hit the half-court shot to send them to overtime in the finals game. And somebody told him years later, man, the way you hit that half-court shot to send it to overtime, he goes, man, I wish I'd have never made that shot.
Right.
To send it to overtime because they end up losing in overtime.
Yeah.
Man,
you know, he's like, I'd rather have lost in regulation.
Right.
Yeah. That's competitiveness. I mean, and I could think of the first Little League baseball game, and I was in that. I started growing up in the era where everybody was getting a ribbon and a trophy. Like, I don't want this.
Yeah.
So we wouldn't even. So I'm like, who won? It was like, oh, we're not keeping score. I'm like, what's the point then? Why are we all here if we're not keeping score?
Hey man, if I ain't running that score up and the next team ain't crying, I don't want to be here, man.
Like the billboard just got a bunch of zeros going across, and we just
I ain't running that score up. I want to hear it.
They can tear out of schools and stop taking scores. The first two things, the first two dominoes of America going to shit. I'm telling you. But you know, so speaking of competitors and hating to lose and stuff, like I got a nephew who will cry if they lose, you know. And when I say he's the truth on the soccer field, man, he do stuff that running backs do with a football, with a soccer ball. Mm-hmm. If that illustrates to you how cold he is with the soccer ball, right? Mm-hmm. One of my technicians, his son plays soccer, and he says, man, but he cries every time they lose, man. I can't get him to stop crying. I said, you don't want to. Because this guy wasn't an athlete coming up, so he don't understand that concept. And I'm telling him, I said, no, that's what make him a dog. Yeah. I said, that's why on the field he don't take no trash. He's talking trash, and he says, man, they tried to hand him out ribbons, and he slapped it out their hand. This kid ain't maybe 8 or 9 or something like that. I said, that's exactly how you want him to be. Right. I said, I'm putting my money on him now. Because he a killer. He ain't about that trash, man. I don't want this. He said he don't even take no damn snacks after the game. And that's what those kids are there for at his age. They can't wait to see what the Capri Sun, and is it going to be the Pringles in the little thing, or is it going to be the goldfish or the chicken?
Hey, we got gushers today, Coach.
He slapped the snacks out the little boy hand. You know, all excited. Post game snack. Man, I don't want no damn snacks.
I want these snacks.
Hey, and this same crying is the reason why Caleb Williams got his fingernails painted. You know what I'm saying?
That's probably why he didn't get drafted by some teams.
He's a good quarterback though.
Mama, ain't it?
You know that Swan nephew?
Yeah, I know. He good. I ain't gonna lie, he good.
Yeah.
I got to get on every Bears fan while he in the league about them nails though.
What's happening?
All right, well, you got you win some, you lose some.
It's tough, man. I'm surprised, and I like how they went through that Memphis era real quick. Like they kind of like, well, he went to Memphis, he did this, he got a stadium. Boop. Okay, well, we back over here in California. Nothing really happening over here, but. Yeah, no, man, it's tough, man. When you've been, especially if you've been winning.
It happened. Didn't he discover her? Ain't she out of Memphis?
Who's that?
I said Sexy Red. He discovered her. Ain't she out of Memphis?
Get out of here.
Don't worry, she'll have a Jerry Rest track coming up soon. So, yeah, no, man. Trust me, he was adamant. Like, man, it proves nothing if I can't put that book in at the end of my career and on this court. You know, it's like, I don't want this. I like the sting of losing is not something I want to feel, man. I don't want to be down here. I don't want that.
And A-Trap said it properly. There's a lot of coaches over the years that when they are talking to their teams, they're like, you got to hate losing more than you love winning. Period.
Right. And that's why he was going crazy as a coach, because he's just like, man, y'all don't get it. Yeah, y'all ain't listening. Man,
hustling out here. I'm like,
I was like, y'all making y'all making mental mistakes. I'm like, y'all give me the ball, man.
Yeah, no wasting my time. Hey, give me your jersey, man.
Yeah, one of the reasons why successful players, elite players, are it's so difficult for them to actually be successful coaches because they can't get out of other folks what they put into, you know.
And then they see themselves out and be like, man, do I need to get out here and show you how to run these paces? Do I need to show you how to run these plays? Because they're going crazy over there because they can't get out there and do that. Right. You know, it's like, and they know and they remember these things. Hey, that's what cost me years ago. You doing this little silly, goofy, like, nah, man, like, stop. I'm trying to get y'all somewhere. I'm trying to get y'all to be great. So, yeah, man. I mean, even him tasting that one, you know, it was a big deal. You know, it's kind of like after losing, that one is, hey, this is a big deal to me. I'm going to clinch on to this. I'm going to hang on to this. I'm going to carry this. You know, and it's one of those things where it's hard, especially if you're competitive, you know. And then he had that knee injury, and it really was driving him crazy. But I mean, I get it. It's hard.
And I think it's one thing to talk about, for the player to talk about, this is what I went through, but to then bring your family and to show that other perspective of it, like they had to, you know, if it was if he lost, we know, like the house could be quiet. We know. Don't be coming up and saying, hey, can we go to the park? Because you ain't going to the park.
That boy said, I don't want to hear nothing.
Yeah. So, you know, I think that showing that perspective of his wife and his kids, and one of his sons is in the NBA right now. I think he's some type of executive on the team. But I think that also was a great touch to this documentary. Hey, Trevor.
Yeah, man. It just, you know, remember we spoke about things last week like this. We spoke about stop calling people basketball players. They are men who play basketball. And then it showed, that's why I like this and appreciated this story so much. It showed you the human side of this dude. Look, man, you can't give it all and be this. A lot of people can't do it, man. Bill Russell, one of the people who was able to do it. LeBron James seems to who seems to be done it. Magic Johnson didn't do it. He didn't get married till later on in his life. Isaiah Thomas ended up having a secondary child somewhere. You know, it's hard, man. It's hard. And people that, man, look, man, I'm from old school. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. Winning sucks way more than losing feels good, you know. And it's hard to just separate the two, especially when you lose in every year. Man, think about giving something 110% every day, and you walk away with your drawers kicked in your ass.
82 games,
6 months out of every year.
Yeah, he said we at the gym more than I'm at home.
Yeah,
it's worse than It's worse than baseball. 162 games, and then you playing best out of 7 series.
Yeah,
like, and then you lose. Right. If it's a game 7,
look, some days you play 2.
Yeah,
mm-hmm. Right. You doing it? Yeah. And I think one of the biggest things, another big thing that stood out was like forgiving yourself. Depression obviously was heavy on him, but and who knows if he ever really did. I mean, and that's, you know, that's a kind of a hard statement, something hard probably to think about, because as great of a career that he had, did he see himself as that great?
I think he did, because remember towards the end he started wearing he handed out the logo hats.
Yeah,
you knew he was dope, and then you know those band-aids in the end, 5 with the Showtime, 5 with the Kobe and Shaq's. You know, between Kobe and Shaq together, he got 10, and then his is 11. you start to feel it, but it's I guess I would assume like okay, because while y'all were talking, I'm sitting back thinking about the second to the last year we played with my coach Jimmy Fields. We lost in the championship game. We came back was undefeated the next year, and this is one dude that we alienated him, man. And I ain't feeling bad. I don't feel bad, but we did alienate him. He stopped hanging with us because he punked out in the championship game in the rain. And we were like, every time it rained, we would look at him like, really?
Hey, you good?
Either jacket.
Man, look, we played football in the mud. My man's shoes.
Oh, wow.
So, and the fact that I can still remember that 40 years later.
Right. Yeah, there's a reason why crime goes up in the DFW metropolitan area when the Cowboys lose.
Yeah.
It sucks.
We were riding horses in the store. I mean,
Yeah.
Walmart.
Yeah.
You're human beings, man. And it just I can remember coaches saying, hey man, a physical mistake, we can coach you out of that. A mental mistake gonna get you cut.
Right. And that's what I said. That's why he's going crazy as a coach on the sideline. He was like, hey, what are you doing? Mental mistakes, man.
Right. And I mean, what does it say about him to where the conversation comes up, the topic is valid that we have to discuss why he was so tormented and had trouble forgiving himself, even though there were series to where he actually won the MVP from a losing standpoint. Some argue, what more could you have done? I'm sure that's what his wife is telling him at home. What more could you have done, Jerry? You don't hear him blaming his teammates.
No, not once.
Not your teammates.
He got the damn MVP, and he never once said anything about anybody other than like, what else could I have done?
Right. But see, a lot of that was left. The devil is in the details. And what I mean by that is some of those series, they were up 3-2.
Yeah, there you go.
And won and then lost 3 in a row or 2 in a row. So that's what would torment you more than when you think you got it right here, when you got it.
Yeah.
And all you got to do is clutch. I've dropped football. I've dropped touchdowns like that. And then I can still remember McHenry Parker yelling in my ear. So I can remember these dudes' names. Game-winning touchdown. And he went, and I went. And I remember, God rest his soul, Bernard Larry, senior year baseball. He hit a home run. We were going to the playoffs. He slung the bat. He out. Game over. I walked home in my drawers, Jack. Because the field was down. The field was down the street from my crib. Coach was like, hey. I walked home. I took off the uniform, walked home in my drawers.
Wow.
It was only 3 blocks, but I walked from Larrabee and Blackhawk to Celtic and Blackhawk, and walked in the house and just sat there and looked at the ceiling.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna play high school baseball no more. So I'll get it, man. It sucks.
Yeah. And I think we all have moments where, damn, I shouldn't have did that. Like, I mean, I got moments from like high school I can remember vividly. Like I shouldn't have did that. Now I'm 43 years old. At this point, it don't matter, but
yeah,
you still remember it. This is on a larger scale because the whole world sees you was up 3-1 and you lost, which adds even more pressure onto him.
Yeah,
right.
Y'all had a 5-point lead against St. Mary's Episcopal. 3 times.
Yeah, against California School of the Deaf.
Hey, look at this. Think about this, y'all. One of the most famous moments in the history of sports. Havlicek stole the ball. Jerry West lost that day.
Yeah.
Oh, that was that game?
Yes.
Oh, God.
Stole the ball.
I didn't put 2 and 2 together. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And that's what you remember. That's what I remember from that. I don't remember anything else.
Thinking Elgin Baylor and Jerry West, like
really? Yeah.
Again?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
If you don't understand losing, ask the Texas Rangers who got to a point to where they needed 2 strikes. They just needed 1 more strike on 3 different occasions.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, and lost the World Series after being up 3-2. They lost Game 6 on a last minute. I think it went to extra innings. Even though Josh Hamilton not once but twice hit home runs to what should have sealed the victory for them.
Yeah.
And they got down to 2 outs, 2 strikes, 3 times.
That was against the Giants, wasn't it?
No, it was against the St. Louis Cardinals.
The Cardinals one time and the Giants the other time.
Yeah.
The Cardinals was the first time. You
got Albert.
Fortunately, as an organization, they've been able to exercise those demons by winning their championship in 2024, I believe, 2023, one of the two.
Yeah.
But as fans, man, just hearing the term Game 6 is a problem for us because even though you didn't officially season until that series until Game 7, I knew once you lost the way you did in Game 6, you're not
coming back.
Your mental is gone.
Yeah, you're not coming back from that.
The Mavericks being up 2-0 against Miami Heat the first time,
right?
Before the dynasty, not the dynasty, the what do they call when LeBron them all went?
Bron and Bosh and
them. Yeah, 2-0. The mayor of Dallas at the time, which was a female mayor, Laura Miller, she started planning the parade and actually published shit in the Dallas Morning News when they was up 2-0.
Yes.
Damn.
Take it better now.
Same reason why the Cowboys moved to Arlington too.
Yeah, exactly. Laura Miller.
Yeah. Well, in the words of Ron Washington, that's the way baseball goes.
That's the way baseball goes.
That's the way it goes, man. That's the way love goes.
All right, so let's talk about his. It's one thing to be a player, to be a GM. Okay, I got to manage personalities. I got to figure out how to make them play together. But he truly cared. And when you see the Magic HIV and you see Kobe's, he was done. He was like, I don't think I can get over this. Like that was like his kid. And I think that showed the level of A-Trap, I think you mentioned it, just the level of person that he was and how he cared about these players beyond basketball. Like he wanted them to be great. So talk about that, A-Trap.
This go back to what Doc said. You inculcate yourself into these situations, and coaches, great players can't beat coaches. But if you go to be a general manager, you create a bond with them because guess what? We can get rid of this coach. Phil Jackson, get up out of here. Byron Scott, you fired. But it's going back to Jerry and Kobe. And you create bonds like, hey, Shaq, I want to meet you at 3:00 in the morning outside the Naked Bar.
That was a wild story.
On your level. And you can relate. Like, hey, man, like you can be, I'm quite sure when he drafted Kobe and Shaq and put them together, they lost a couple years. And when he went and got Phil, he probably said, hey, if y'all lose, he's still going to be Phil Jackson. Y'all not. Y'all going to be me. He can relate to that. Yeah. Most general managers can't relate to that. Like what was the one? Trader, whatever his name was.
Trader Bob, I think. Trader Bob.
He can't relate to that L. Jerry can. Hey, Kobe, Shaq, y'all sit around arguing. Y'all do understand that y'all going to be the 2 biggest failures in the history of the league. And here go a fun fact about Jerry West. He got Shaq. He got Kobe. He literally tried to trade the entire team to draft Tracy McGrady the next year. And it was unsuccessful. So imagine he would have had Shaq, Kobe, and McGrady on one team.
Wow. That would have been crazy.
Oof.
And here everything we've been talking about tonight, the respect. Shaq was larger than life. Like Shaq, and when he seen Jerry West, the phone call, he's like, I gotta go.
Yeah,
that's the level of respect that
he'd had to come get me out the champagne room. Shit, I was working over there.
Hey, money on the phone though.
Yeah, A-Trap doesn't see me work. I got to keep working. You nothing like A-Trap? Shit.
Yeah, it was money on the line though.
I got to go, man.
But he pulled a Jerry. Like Jerry knows, I'm sure that did this multiple times.
Oh yeah,
You got to sign this right now.
right.
And the deal on the table for now, and that's it. He probably did that to Michael Parsons.
He should have did that to Michael Parsons.
Yeah. But times have changed now. You can't.
Motherfuckers is all
See,
sensitive.
what they ain't mentioned though, that Jerry West also got Shaq a couple of movie deals with that. So that's where Shazam comes in.
Oh, that's where that came from.
Yeah, he got some movie deals and some more things to go along with that bread.
Yeah. But
sweeten the deal.
Another thing in terms of how he manages personalities, he go that Shaq and Kobe wasn't the only time he had players that had a problem with each other.
Right.
Norm Nixon and Magic Johnson had issues because Norm Nixon was the tenured, point guard, and here come Magic, but he would bring folks into his office. Okay, say what you got to say.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, you say what you got to say. All right, now to squash this shit. It's over with. I don't want shit else about it.
Right.
It's done, So
and that's leadership.
And put that shit to bed forcefully. And I think he's so universally respected, man, to where if he told him that, hell, Jerry West probably could have been a damn U.S. ambassador somewhere. He was so damn good at saying so damn respected, and shit. He probably could have told Putin ass, hey man, come on, let's squash this shit, man.
Yeah. Get this shit out of here, man.
Trump wearing diapers, man. Leave his ass alone.
Yeah. Double absorbed, man. Get this nigga out of here.
Allegedly. Shit.
Allegedly.
I don't want to be gone another 6 months. Shit. Allegedly.
Probably one of the best trades of all time is trading Kobe for Vlade. Like,
yeah.
To me, Vlade wasn't that great. Anyway.
At the time of being he was. Vlade was old when he A-Trap. A-Trap, tell me.
He just didn't have no help.
Y'all be confusing dominance with great.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the Kings Vlade. Okay,
but even the Kings Vlade, man, think about it.
No, you think Luke them no looks and shit like he was his passing ability alone.
He was that guy. He didn't have no help.
Think about this. Which if it wasn't for a rogue set of refs, Vlade, Chris Webber, and them beat Kobe and Shaq.
That's true. I agree with you.
So see, we see the force of Shaq. We see the grace of Olajuwon. We see the
personalities with him too.
Yeah. And we go, it's second to none. So if you're not coming like that, it's like, like okay, give you a perfect example. You think of best two guards. You go Kobe, Jordan, and then they'll say Dwayne Wade. But we don't even talk about Clyde Drexler and George Gervin anymore.
What about Julius Erving was a two guard?
He was a small forward, but he was two guards in his career.
I thought so.
Look, when was the last time we said Joe Dumars? Hell, you
don't ever talk about him.
Also remember this guy, Rolando Blackman.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Dallas's greatest.
But Rolando Blackman was that deal. He was locking you down and giving you a quarter.
So Vlade to me was a role player.
Nah.
Was he on the role player?
Not before he got traded.
So. Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay. He was the kind of guy you were building a team around.
That's what I said. He just didn't have any help. He was like the Dirk at the time. He didn't have no help.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, Vlade put you on the blocks, put them things on you, drop you off. He was one of the first centers that would grab it off the rim and start pushing it.
That's right.
It up the floor. Okay.
Right. That's right.
Put some respect on Vlade. That's what y'all saying.
Okay, look at this, Ben. Vlade Divac is in the Hall of Fame. You know that, right?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I did not.
Say that one more time, A-Trap. You said what?
Vlade Divac is in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, yeah. It should.
Now,
y'all was talking about said Hall of Fame.
Fast forward. That's a hell of a trade. Then, based on what y'all saying, that's a hell of a trade.
That was the Luka trade.
That young.
The people in LA lost their mind about it.
That was the Luka trade back in the day.
They didn't understand. They're like, are you crazy?
Yeah.
Because Kobe was just this kid. He was great in high school. He went and played 1 year in Italy or something like that. He didn't go to college.
He was straight from high school. He went from Philadelphia suburbs to the Lakers.
Okay, I thought he played in
He did play in Italy a little bit.
Italy, wasn't
He
he?
went around with Brandy.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Now, his dad, I think his dad played in
Philly.
played in Italy.
Philly being nice.
I think he lived there and learned the language. He came fluent in Italian.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Manicotti, spaghetti, ravioli.
Hey,
Italian. Shit, forget about it.
Hey, so what? Hey, that's a perfect segue. When you say spaghetti, Jerry West's wife, and she was like, yeah. And every time Kobe came over, he loved my spaghetti. She just had to throw that in there, huh?
Yeah,
He just had to throw that in there.
boys with their son. Shit, because their son was in high school playing video games.
yeah.
Kobe was rolling with him.
He
Shit.
was like, Kobe used to come over all the time.
No bowl in this mile. Yeah.
And he used to always say, your spaghetti is so good. Like, shut up.
And nobody had taught him, you don't eat another woman spaghetti.
Man,
Hey, we
that's
back.
not marinara sauce.
Hey,
Wow.
Steve Wilkes, they got it already, okay? You didn't need to go there.
Why not?
The line had been established. We knew the fit.
Nah, we
Hey,
get that, man.
Hey, we blowing through that line.
Lions. Stay with Lions.
All right, so man, he goes to with the Lakers. He said, "I'm done." I think his retirement was, "I need a break," which I think a lot of coaches nowadays do that too. I mean, there's been coaches say, "I'm done."
Yeah, but they really.
A couple years later,
I don't think Jerry West had ever been to the beach until that documentary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because remember, Phil Jackson knocking off the owner.
yeah.
Right.
Well, I'm talking about from the Grizzlies, which they didn't say what happened necessarily there.
Yeah.
But it
I mean,
seemed
he
like
put
he took a
somebody.
break.
It was real. That's why I said they blew right through that pretty quick.
He took them from ashy to classy.
Yeah.
See, that's what we get so caught up. Like this is a team sport. This ain't boxing. This ain't tennis. This ain't golf. You get the perfect team together, and then you got to beat the Spurs. You got to beat the Lakers. It's like, hey, if it wasn't for me, y'all would the Grizzlies going to make the playoffs like 8 or 9 straight years. That's a success, man.
Yeah.
Right.
Was Randolph?
Yeah.
He
had folks down there. He had folks down there.
Yeah. That's why I said they were on that run when the Heat and Oklahoma and Dallas, Portland, they were all in that mix. The Grizzlies was right there.
Yeah, they were right there. So it was a six. Now the Clippers,
Yeah, I mean, it was wishful thinking, but neither one of them could stay healthy.
Yeah, after Kawhi came out with the Raptors,
if they would have stayed healthy, they could have maybe.
Oh yeah, we got the number 1 and number 2 free agents in basketball to come to LA, and
that's crazy. And to come not only to come to the LA, but to come to the Clippers,
right?
Like, and Kawhi's from LA. I mean, I was thinking he would have went to the Lakers, but
what's his name is too? PG.
Paul George. So I mean, when you think of again the larger than life Jerry West, who's able to, convince people to come to the team. So
yeah.
All right, so as we kind of wrap this up, last kind of question I got. So obviously he's the logo. There's no denying that. I don't get why the NBA wanted to all go roundabout about that. We all knew who it was.
You know why? What you mean you don't know why?
If they got the money to pay him, if that was a problem.
Come on. There's a reason why millionaires and billionaires are millionaires and billionaires. Shit, you got to crack a few eggs if you want a damn omelet. So they didn't want to. They had the money. They wanted to get rid of it because that would have been. Think about what we're talking about. We're talking
copyright the image,
the logo.
In the that money, NIL money, would have been a minimum of 10% of its value.
Right. Every time they flash that logo.
Every time.
Hey, and that goes back to the ABA. I don't know if you watched that, dog. The ABA documentary. It was called King of the
Soul.
Soul Ball or Soul
Ball.
But it talks about the ABA, and when the ABA got acquired by the NBA, one of the ABA owners got a percentage of the TV deals too, and it was in perpetuity. So they basically have been getting that for some certain amount of years. Right. So, Jerry West has passed, rest in peace. But do you think the logo should be changed?
No. Oh, man.
I don't think so. They didn't touch on it in here, but they wanted to honor Kobe by possibly changing the logo. Even Jerry was kind of considering, but they just went right past. I mean, that's why I said that's why they came up with that trophy for Kobe when I think it's like MVP of the playoffs or something like that. But it came up like real brief. It didn't come up in the documentary. I heard it just talking to, like, they were in interviews and they mentioned it. Like, how can the NBA honor Kobe? And then they were talking about possibly maybe changing the logo, but then there's no need to. There's no need to.
And then Pat Riley was like, while he's alive, you leave it as is.
No, you leave it the way it is, man.
I'm gonna tell you the truth, okay? Before watching this documentary and thinking I knew who Jerry West was, making a whole bunch of assumptions and making a whole bunch of leaps, thinking this is an older white dude, not older now, but when I say older, meaning older to indicate the times that he grew up. So an older white dude, he was probably some racist dude. He the logo of the NBA who got mostly brothers in it. Yeah, it should need to be Jordan, or somebody like that. After watching this documentary, the logo is exactly who it needs to be.
Oh, yeah. I think
it's exactly who it needs to be.
It's like the eternal flame for John F. Kennedy. I think he just you always got that logo for Jerry West. You know who it is when you see it.
Yeah.
I mean, and to change it at this point it goes hand in hand with the NBA. It's the NBA. When you see that logo, you know what it is.
You wouldn't be changing it on the merits of changing it. You would be changing it because it's a money grab. They can make so much bank by changing it. Because now I got to go get this new jersey with the new logo on it. I got to go get they're going to come out. Right now, you got NBA T-shirts with just the logo that says NBA and just the logo. Yeah. It's not team specific. So it's a marketing situation. They can make some bank if they wanted to.
That logo is probably more significant than the NFL shield.
I agree.
Oh, yeah. They've changed it. It used to have more stars on it. Now it just has, I think, like 8 and 4 on each side. So
yeah. Now it's exactly who it needs to be, man.
Yeah.
And I'm a Jordan fan, but how do you put a tongue on a silhouette? I don't know.
I don't know. Ask someone, I guess.
This guy. Welcome back.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, for one reason only. When Dr. J named his, I asked people, who your top 5? One of Dr. J's top 5 was Jerry West.
Mm. Says it all, doesn't it?
Yeah. And for Jordan to say, man, if we would have been on the same team, we would have killed everybody. Now, if we would have played against each other, I would have whooped his ass. But
yeah,
that's Jordan.
Jordan, gotta get it. Gotta get the shot.
Gotta get it in, no matter what, man.
Right. He'd work Jordan nerve, man.
Yeah,
he'd cook just like Chris Mahmoud used to cook his ass.
Now, just a reminder to everybody: there is a book out there that he probably had an author write or put together for him called "My Charmed and Tormented Life." And I think that's a great title considering what we know. Let's not forget about the significance of Jeannie Buss in all of this. Okay. And I think they painted her in A-Trap is right there with me. Obviously, they painted her in a light that she did not deserve as far as
really. She was just glowing and caring.
She's not that. She's
her dad was that.
Her dad. She's not. She is not,
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I think she's been on Black.com a few times.
Oh, and also just one little nod to Kenya Burris, man, using the animation to tell certain parts of the story too.
Yep. Pretty nice. It's pretty nice.
Hey, man. You know,
It was done very well.
yeah.
Man, I hope he does a Big O.
Yeah, Oscar Robinson, yeah.
He needs
Hire
one.
him to do all the legends, man, because there's so many legends that people don't even, see, being you and Wilsh, y'all a little younger than me and Dog, but it's this guy. Just imagine if you led the NBA scoring and assists and won MVP that year. Shouldn't they be talking about you?
Yeah.
It's a big deal.
That's Archibald. He a damn gym teacher right now.
Wow.
Really?
That's the guy that happened. It happened. Nate Archibald. You heard of Tiny Archibald? How many people heard of Earl the Pearl Monroe? He was the original Black Jesus. He was the original Black Moses.
Yeah.
Nobody even talk about him, man.
We need it. I mean, and for this to be his first one, he got a whole new skill at this point. I mean, he doing multiple TV shows, but this
is the antithesis of those damn Netflix documentaries.
Oh gosh,
those Untold.
Yeah, they should stay untold.
I think they were crashing when they did the McNair one. I was just like, what is happening?
Yeah, they try to cram too much into 1 hour.
Oh, we should get out a double bar doodle.
And I need to correct something. I said he went to 8 finals. He actually went to 9 finals, winning one. He's been inducted into the Hall of Fame 3 different times.
3 times.
So as a player, as a executive, and as the a member of the U.S. Olympic team. So player, contributor, and Olympic team 3 times.
That's got to be the only person 3 times.
I think so. I've not heard of that before. I've heard of as an executive and as a which is a contributor and as a player, but not 3 times. And another nickname for him that doesn't get talked about very often, but somebody did say it in the documentary, Mr. Clutch. Mr. Clutch in addition to the logo. So,
and when you think of a jump shot, watching his jump shot,
so pure, man.
Yeah.
And it sounds like it was self-taught based on the way he described it early in the documentary. And he talked about, I wanted to keep it close to my head and all this. And I hear coaches teaching it like that now. Like I hear him literally saying those words. No, you too far out. There's a pocket here that you need to stay within the ball. This got to be, but they talk about that. And I think he was innovative.
Being able to shoot over players.
He just go in.
A jump shot, baby. Pull up.
Mine did.
All right, let's get to some final thoughts. I think I know what the mic rating is going to be. I think it's going to be easy on that part. But A-Trap, final thoughts.
Sports documentary I've ever seen in my life, second to none. I recommend it for anybody. It should be the blueprint for sports documentaries. 5 mics.
Yeah, facts. And the rewatchability, definitely. I think I'm definitely gonna watch this again because there's probably stuff that I missed. There's probably things that he said. Yeah. All right, Wilkes.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was done very nicely. I have to give it a 5. There were some things I learned that I didn't know. So I didn't know anything about the dynasties. I didn't know he was involved in most of those, or all of them actually. But I really enjoyed this. This was nice because I have to say the first time I had really heard about Jerry West was kind of early on, like around, because I remember press conference when it broke about Magic Johnson. It was all on the news and everything, and him being there. So that was kind of my first introduction to Jerry West. So I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. And like I said, rewatching it, I will probably definitely be rewatching it because I feel like I may have missed some things, but done really well.
Yeah, and when he was able to, the way he described the moment he got the phone call with Kobe, the moment with Magic, and I'm sure there was endless other moments, but just the way he described it just showed that he cared about the person. Like, and when they asked him, when you think Magic's coming back, and he was like, I'm not even worried about that right now.
Yeah.
That's not even That's not even in my thought process.
He just want to know if he's all right.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, it's an easy 5 for me. Jerry West should be the logo. I agree with Doc on that.
Like, even that comment even the comment he made when he was when they were asking him, and I don't know if he's done it before in his life, but hearing it in that interview about Kobe when he said him losing his brother in Korea, I don't think he was saying that with Magic and maybe some other people he may have lost, but to compare those two with Kobe and his brother
yeah.
Hey man, that's
and you could tell he's so shook. Like when every time he was interviewed about it, he could not control himself, man. Shook.
Yeah.
You know, and he said, I lost one of my sons.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Because he probably, told Jelly Bean, I'll take care of your boy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, like you said, his kids, Kobe over there hanging out with his kids because they're in this age group.
Right.
Eating his mama spaghetti. I mean, it was so good.
Ragu, baby.
I think that's where Eminem got his idea for the song.
Okay. they use my recipe at Maggiano's. All right, Doc. Final thoughts.
Yeah. Well, first, let's just another note about the logo itself and why it was created. It was commissioned by this artist because, from a marketing standpoint, because at the time, and A-Trap will know that the ABA was kicking the NBA's ass in documentary in terms of popularity. So they were this was one of their plays to try to see what can we do to rival that other league, and then I'll say, before I give my rating, is the fact that whenever I found out we were going to do this, I was not excited at all about doing this documentary because of what I thought I knew about Jerry West. And about 10 minutes in, I was like, shit, let me pause this shit and go get my drink and my skins ready. Hell, because this is going to be good, And unfortunately, I had to keep putting the skins down because there were so many notes to take. This is the most notes I've taken in a film in I don't know how long, 2 pages, worth of notes, okay? So I'm, for my rating, I'm proud of the fact that we've done some very meaningful documentaries throughout the history of the Fourcast, right? We could have taken the easy way out and just done some of the hottest popular films that are out there, right? But in my opinion, documentaries like Exterminate the Brutes, Summer of Soul, a few others have given the Fourcast legitimacy as far as I'm concerned. And so add Jerry West, the logo, to that list of films that has defined what it is we do here, so my mic rating is 5 all day long. I don't even like giving 5 because they have to be so right, man. I don't like giving 5.
Set apart too.
I can't talk myself out of it. There's nothing I can say that would make me say, no, just point this out to give it a 4.75 or just point this out to give it a 4.5. Man, I can't find it. I don't want to. I'm telling you, I don't want to give it a 5. I can't help it.
Yeah, it was so well done. Even showing him driving in the car, he was like, "Pull over here. I'm about to go take a piss." It was. I mean, the dude was just real, like they all said.
And I know nobody has been reminding folks of the private chat and how much money we can get for it. And the comment tonight is worth increasing the membership fee from $4.99 a month to $9.99. Coming straight out of Chicago, folks.
Who? All right. IMDb. That's the only rating I can see. It's a 7.7 out of 10. That ain't high enough. It would be at least a 9. All right. So we don't have anything for next week, so we'll discuss that. But hey, Apex is number 1. Trap.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm with that.
I've had a few people tell me it was dope. After y'all start talking that realism stuff, I'm like, come on, man, we can't do another superhero white guy movie, and y'all just not do talking about realism.
Yeah.
Hey, what was that movie we talked about when we was? What was that last?
Thrash.
Oh
We can do Big Blacks, Big Racks if you want. You know, that's an option for a throwback movie.
Wow.
Throw it back, all right. But yeah.
Hey, did you see Thrash? No.
No, I did not.
Okay, don't.
Okay.
Do yourself a favor.
Good.
See, you know what? I think because of our age, Doc would. I'm not saying he would like it, but he could appreciate it more.
Okay, and you know my stance on, you know, I can get entertainment out of just about anything. You know,
That's what I was.
I'm a lot less likely to give a 0 or 1 mic than A-Trap and Wilkes would. You know, really. I mean, it's like, let's crash, let's go home. You know,
Hey, it was the shortest episode of all.
Yeah, we was on about 32 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, it was trash.
I was in the bed by 9.
See, Doc came up with I spit on your grave. Piranha. So Doc will be able to respect that movie. That's what I was trying to tell y'all. Am I lying, Doc?
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. Just because A-Trap said that, I'm actually gonna go ahead and watch it.
See?
And they made 4 piranhas.
They was watching it for the quality. I was like, this is trash.
Oh, hell no. There was no quality in it.
Thousands in the 80s.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you one thing. Then we can end this. This guy. So basically, it's sharks. Okay, during a hurricane is the gist of the movie. This guy gets taken by the shark, taken underwater for like 30 minutes.
Wow.
And then he just pops up like, hey, what's going on, y'all? Y'all doing all right? With his hand in the nub like this. Hey, what's going on, y'all? You dead.
I'd rather watch Killer Bees, man.
How many times do we see that in movies?
Oh,
you just knew the dude was dead, then he saved the day.
It's like if they teach it in film school.
See, that's what I was trying to tell you, man. I was trying to tell him, man.
Dude was underwater for
part of the formula.
He got the Guinness Book of World Records for holding his breath underwater with a shark attached to his behind. Anyway,
trash.
But we would be remiss if we did not promote the new show that is debuting on the network this Thursday. The Dysfunctional Disciple, hosted by the Profane Prophet. And when I say this dude is taking a spin, he gonna piss some folks off, unfortunately, because he's taking a look at the traditional church and kind of turning it on his ear. But it is, A-Trap, you'd like this because when I say community involvement and designed to recover our youth, the Black youth, man, it really is.
We need to connect y'all like ASAP. We need to be his first guest because y'all like this.
Yeah.
And y'all know me, man. I'm down. I'm down.
And I believe we're gonna do a live on location BS3 broadcasting from a community event that he's having on Juneteenth. Ben won't be able to make it, unfortunately, but I think I'm going to be there and do a host. Matter of fact, Wilkes, I may call you and chat with you about this and see what your schedule is, because I may need you to come help co-host with me, in real time and stuff like that, because we'll be out there. Kind of like similar to what we did on the Juneteenth where A-Trap was in town and stuff like that. But yeah, on Thursdays it drops. I believe it's 7:00, if I'm not mistaken. Being is a time slot. Again, it's the Dysfunctional Disciple, hosted by the Profane Prophet, who is a real pastor who has run a church, who has run a youth ministry, has been, in the church, embedded in the church for over 16 years. He grew up in the hood. He ain't this ain't no cookie cutter.
Say swallow.
This ain't your pawpaw preacher.
Yeah.
So just be ready. He want us.
Yeah. Thursdays at 7.
Thursdays at 7.
Did you delete the Apex preview?
I probably did. But it's on Netflix and it's #1. So it's gonna as soon as you get there, you can see it. All right, so next week, Apex will be back. A-Trap, close us out. Also, what you got coming up?
Well, hang on. Before we turn it over to A-Trap, there is a possibility that before too long, Queen 3 and King will be coming back. We will be in a We will be in a modified schedule. In other words, we would be doing every other week because I am trying to work on producing another show. So even though I hadn't been on the air, I've been working behind the scenes. I promise you I have. Called the Indigo Chiefs. This is a program with guys that I went to high school with, grew up with. We have a group text, and I've been telling them for years, we're throwing away, we're giving away money. These conversations need to be had on the air. So we're working on that again. We've got a podcast named the Indigo Chiefs, and there's some meaning behind that with regard to what the color blue means. The Chiefs is just talking about our royal priesthood as black men. So again, it would be dope, obviously, because if I'm gonna put my name on it, it's gonna be right. But the hope is that the Queen, 3, and King and that show can alternate Tuesdays. Every other Tuesday, one is on. Every other Tuesday, Queen 3 and King is on. So Stay tuned for that. Stay tuned to all BS3 network programming for fire shows.
Yes. And right before this show, let me give a shout out to Noelle. She has a podcast called Authors, Writers, and Wannabes.
Okay. We need to have him say Arthur. Arthur is the name of a guy. Okay, that's
Arthur.
Name. Okay, Arthur. It's authors, man.
Arthur. Anyway.
HBCUs just to not, they don't owe you nothing.
Hey, they owe me my money back.
That baby.
But anyway, let me give a quick shout out to Share Alternatives, our sponsor. They're in Forney now. I don't know if I told you that.
Okay.
312 East Main Street. Check out the website, sharealternatives.com. They're doing events like teaching you how to make some of the products that they do, having workshops. They're doing the toothpaste, doing the CMOS, so many great products. I use the toothpaste every day. So definitely go check them out or go to the website. You can buy the products on there too. But yeah, it's like 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
I have to go check them out.
Nice.
Show them some love,
All right, H-Rep.
Well, you asked about the show that I'm doing this week. Me and Mo are supposed to bring the joint back, but I don't know. Mo is kind of busy. But the story I'm going to tell next time I air, I've been doing pre-record, so they just schedule. It's called Imminent Danger. And our community and the working class families are in imminent danger with the gerrymandering. It could be reversed into dummy mandering. That's an actual political term, dummy mandering. And I'm talking about how we have been lulled to sleep in regards to the political process. I'll give you a couple bullet points and then hopefully you tap in. Imminent danger. We're going to talk about the bell has rung, meaning, hey, the fight has started. The fight has officially started. We've been duped into believing that the fight was over. The devil is in the details. We talk about what's going on and how they're doing it. And I'm talking about what I perceive as the fourth Reconstruction. To just give you a brief one, the original Reconstruction is the end of slavery, the 12 years after that. And then the country turned around and said, okay, you got, y'all had Wilmington, y'all had Greenwood, y'all had all these places that y'all built up. Let's kick y'all in the behind. Then the second Reconstruction is the Civil Rights era. And then the country for the last 50 years, 50 plus years, 58 years to be exact, since Dr. King died, has done everything it can. You even have an aide to Richard Milhouse Nixon, former president, stating we couldn't make black illegal. So we put drugs on the black people and weed on the hippies. And then the third Reconstruction is when Obama became the president. And everybody was lulled into a sense of security. And then this Tea Party, this birth MAGA. And look at where we are now. Here's an opportunity for our community to stand up and be accounted for. We can literally, I'm not going to say what we, look, there are three things I'm going to say we can do. If you tap in, hopefully you either like or dislike. If you dislike it, all you have to do is say what you don't like, and we can have discourse. But I even said we can create a city in a city, a county in a county, a state in a state, and a country in a country. We even have the ability to create our own currency with cryptocurrency. but we're not doing this. And an example of what I'm saying is this. It's 50 million black people in this country. Some will say it's as many as 60 million because we don't really engage in the Census Bureau, right? 1/2 of 1%. Y'all know that's the number I've used several times on this program. 1/2 of 1% puts 500,000. 500,000 people put $40 in one United Bank. In 1 year, that's 2.5 billion. If we just jack it up by some miraculous number, 25%. 25% of us do that. That's $1 trillion in 5 years.
Wow.
A community in 5 years with $1 trillion. You know what that can do? Now that bank, One United Bank, is the bank that I'm speaking of, large independently owned black bank in the United States of America. They with $1 trillion floating through that bank, they can create their own insurance company. A bank with owning its own insurance company. When you go to buy your house, now you're paying the bank and the insurance company. Now you got banking and insurance company. Now you can go to that bank and insurance company and you can open up a grocery store. You can get loans for farming process. You can create a nation inside a nation. We talk about 5 years. Mm-hmm. I ain't saying 20 years. I ain't saying 50 years. I said in 5 years. Mm-hmm. $1 trillion, not a billion, not a million. $1 trillion in 5 years with 15 million people putting $140 in that bank every month. That's not a lot of money, and that's not a lot of people. So
it's a collective movement. That's what it comes down to.
And people, they'll never do it. So, and that's where the problem is.
Yeah, I would
defeat yourself before you know how to make yourself.
I would do it.
Right. See, that's what I'm saying. $140, 15 million people, $1 trillion. $1 trillion. You can recreate your own Equifax transunion TRW. Mm-hmm. You wouldn't have to. You would need $1 trillion. At this rate, the black community makes more money than Italy, Spain, and Portugal. We just don't have land. Mm-hmm. So tap in tomorrow. I'm talk about imminent danger and how this dummy mandering, and it is a real term. Gerrymandering is when they reconstruct the districts so your vote makes you powerless. But we outnumber. The largest community in Texas to this day looks like us. The largest community in Louisiana looks like us. The largest community in Alabama looks like us. The largest community in the SIP looks like us. The largest community in Georgia looks like us. With 41% of the state of South Carolina. Mm. You can reconfigure the districts all you like. If we come out and vote in mass, we won't be controlled. Every seat in the United States House of Representatives is up for re-election in November. 39 seats in the Senate are up. You only need 28. Mm. So if you stop saying, man, Ben, this is BS, dog, you hear me? Wilkes, what's up, man? If you stop doing that and start saying, hey, man, I need 10 people that know me, let's go get registered to vote. And then they'll get those 10 people to get 10 people. Yeah. Stop complaining and start getting action, man. Mm-hmm. If we can go from 0% or like 3% reading, 12 years later, you're at 84% reading. In 12 years after being in bondage, 2,200 people elected in office in that 12 years. Or you can go back to 4,700 people getting murdered from that point into the civil rights movement. 4,700 people getting lynched. 4,714 to be exact. So we can talk about those things tomorrow.
Hey, make sure to tune in tomorrow. Make sure to take some notes. Make sure to partner with what A-Trap is talking about, because this is what we need. This is how we build together. Yeah. So, all right, so we'll be back.
I need everybody to stay too. I got a suggestion for us.
Okay. So we'll be back next week. Apex, I did find the preview, so we're going to play that. Have a good night. Peace.